What's up, guys? It's Cloud here, and I am bringing you a video today on the gold and silver duo of Gold Rathian and Silver Rathalos. So, I trimmed down these fights both pretty significantly because, for example, my first experience with Gold Rathian didn't go the way that I had hoped. In the sense of it took forever, and I died multiple, like 5 times. That'll be put at the end of the fight, because I'm doing a rating, like a grade for myself per fight, because one was definitely better than the other. And yeah, no, Gold Rathian just kicked my ass, to be very fair. Yes. And so I'm gonna go over like why, and realistically, like, I came on tonight playing some Monster Hunter, immediately got thrown into Tempered Zinogre and Tempered Scarred Jan Garuga, and beat both of those, no problem, playing very aggressively, no carts, no nothing, both A-grade fights, you know, in terms of how I performed on them, and it was cool. And then, you know, back-to-back Velcana, all that, and I was in the guiding lanes for like 4 hours. So then I ran out of good spawns, and I didn't want to fight like a Palumu, so I was like, okay, I'll lure out the fabled Gold Rathian. And first 30 seconds of the fight, her tail swipe one-shotted me out of my Rocksteady mantle. So then I'm like, alright, cool. I came back. And then shortly thereafter, about a minute more into the fight after that, I got one shot by her blue fireball that she does in the sky. And I was like, alright, that's cool. And then the rest of that kind of set the tone for the rest of the fight, where I started playing more defensively and everything. But I started playing really aggressive against Rathian again in the end, because it said the monster you're tracking, which was actually a Tempered Scarred Jan Garuga, again, another one spawned, was going to leave, and I mistook that for the Gold Rathian being the one that was leaving. So I started getting really aggressive, and that turned out fine, because it ended up speeding the fight along. Otherwise I may actually have let her get away, since there's no like skull indicator that showed that she was near death. She kind of just dropped, and yeah, but I just had a super tough time with the fight. You know, the fast-acting poison killed me a couple times, and then I think I got killed by like one more fireball. And you know, it's actually, I really enjoyed the fight in spite of getting absolutely massacred just on repeat, and it was great. But I think that's just kind of my thoughts on the fight. And then yeah, I mean, it was cool. My build's not optimized or anything, you know. As you can see, I'm using the Black Tornaria. It's actually a really high damage build that I got going right now, but it's not like a meta build. But my base damage is usually like, with the just like at any given time out in the environment, it's like 10-24, and then like with food buff it goes up to like 11 to 13, and then yeah. But yeah, that's the end of the fight right there. As you can see, I finally was able to carve the tail, but since I had 5 deaths and it was guiding lands, I got like 3 items off of her, and that was a shame. But, you know, it is what it is. And yeah, I mean, that was overall not a bad fight. I enjoyed it. But now it's time for Silver Rathalos. So here he is, the king himself. This fight was a lot different, because as you can see already, just as you start viewing this, I'm down to my regular potions. I died once early on to something that was unavoidable, I guess, because I like turned the camera as he was attacking me and got one shot by, I was at like half health, by his flaming jaw like attack, like his flaming bite that he does, and I got killed by it. But that was the only death. However, this fight really tested like how far my consumables. It was really just like a battle of attrition of like, hey, who can play better for longer? And I was able to drop him, but I ran down to using max potions and regular potions, and having to dodge pretty much everything and getting lucky with hitboxes and stuff like that. But I didn't enjoy this fight as much because he was in the air most of the time. I literally clipped both his wings, cut his tail off, and still couldn't really do anything to keep him out of the air because, you know, flash pods, and I didn't go back to camp at all to get more potions, so I obviously didn't have more flash pods. Plus, I didn't restock on flash pods when I left from getting carded because I was like, yeah, this isn't going to be a problem, whatever. I'm sure I'll find more flash bugs, forgetting that gold Rathian and silver Rathalos don't move zones. So I was like, alright, whatever. Yeah, so you can see me like retreat there to sharpen and everything, because I figure like the more damage we get, the better. This build runs 65% affinity. It's a water build, so it's really good against Rathian and Rathalos, which is good, because otherwise I'm sure this would have been really just a lot more painful than it needed to be. And it was already pretty painful, but yeah, you know, I mean, I got max critical boost, maximum critical eye, and maximum weakness exploit, among other maximum abilities, and then 2 coalescence from the chess piece from SHAREfactory. And I'm using the Garuga boots, obviously, because those are pretty good. And then like 2 piece of Velkhana's set, and the SHAREfactory bracers, because those are really good as well, and that gives me the 2 piece of that, which gives all my mantles and everything, you know, the level 3 of a variety of defensive skills, so I don't really need to kit them at all into my build. And, you know, it's been working really well. Like, I'm doing hunts very, very quickly, but I'm definitely going to switch it up in the end game. I'm trying to build Wyvern Blade Luna. And then when I get to Master Rank 100, because as of now I'm 81, I've been grinding back-to-back days, I plan to do Runner Gigante until I get his sword, and then kind of just like go off that. And, you know, I know that's not the best weapon, but for whatever reason, my online matchmaking doesn't work, so I can't really do Safi Jiva's Siege, because I never match with anyone, and soloing it I have tried, and I mean, I can do it probably, but it's going to take a lot of work per solo attempt, and I just don't know how I feel about that. As you can see there, we got that lucky stagger, otherwise that would have been lost health. Yeah, he's about to die, and, you know, that was pretty much just the end of both fights. Like I said, liked Gold Rathian better, and hopefully you guys enjoyed this little commentary breakdown of the Gold and Silver duo.